Hello, everyone, and good day. I guess I'll need to repeat that. Hello, everyone. Good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be at. This is a short GPMS Africa um, message and a little bit of discussion on it. First off, what I wish to say is that I am being contacted by legitimate um, orphanage heads in Uganda, Africa. And the theme is the same. They are interested in GPMS to some degree, but they don't fully understand what it is. And they continuously ask for money, legitimately. You know, Uganda is in a bad uh, state with many children orphaned there. There are many orphans. Uh, there is very little food, and of course, that's prevalent in many areas throughout the world. But having said this, anyone that is a humanitarian light worker that is in Uganda that is fluent in English, and if you are part of GPMS, uh, I would be very grateful if you would contact I so that perhaps in Uganda you can explain this GPMS concept and reality better to the people there, and to also assist them with registering themselves and all of the children of the villages, the orphanages, and what have you. Uh, so, you know, one of the things that's occurring with Uganda, uh, they had for a long time requested funds worldwide with different charities and what have you. But again, as many that were donating in the past have become cash strapped, if you will, theirself because of the ongoing world agenda to financially burden everyone, to put them in forms of submission and control. So, having said this, it has cut off a lot of assistance to these areas, Uganda and perhaps many parts of Africa. So, uh, you know, out of my compassion for humanity, I'm recently receiving several or more, perhaps, you know, more than that, requests from Uganda, innocent ones and genuine ones, but they need monetary assistance. And my reply is, you know, I can't do this. I had assisted too in the past, but what occurs is with I don't have any means of directly assisting them. And for what Femke and I are doing, we work on a donation basis very conservatively ourselves. And having said this, we don't, when we ask for some funding to keep going forward, it's very limited, and there's really no extra, nor would I do it. We request the funding to just keep us going forward, and I would not take any of that funding and donate or assist others with it because of the principles, and it's not what we ask funding for. Um, However, and also saying this, because we are, let's say, sovereign and autonomous, there is very little attachment to the old system, and especially if you're attempting to transfer um, funds, if you set up accounts on, I forget the names of them, TransferWise, or, you know, with international transfers of money, To have an account, you need to have ID, government ID, and all of this. And at this time, I do not have any of that. So I cannot set up these accounts. And to my knowledge, there is no financial transfer institution at this time yet that fully respects and recognizes autonomous or sovereign individuals, and within their policies there is no provisions to accommodate the growing number of sovereign ones. So just having said that, you can see how it complicates the situation for assisting ones with that. Also, we are busy all of the time. My main focus is on getting GPMS out there, and that solves everything for everyone. So I cannot have my focus and attention on assisting individuals. We're doing the one thing that assists everyone, and I need to keep my focus on there. So having said that, again, any assistance in the Uganda area by a humanitarian English speaking would be great to assist these ones with getting registered quickly. Now, stepping broader out into Africa, when you look at our counter on GPMS, you can see some African countries do have a few registered, and of course it's growing, but very slowly. Some African countries, with Egypt, I believe there's 9 registered there yet, with many millions, hundreds of millions perhaps population. But Egypt, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa is perhaps the most sign-ups of any part of Africa. However, having said this, when you look at all of Africa as a whole, there is approximately 1.3 billion people in Africa. If today if you were to put that full number of African people into GPMS and to count that onto the votes, we'd be flying with GPMS very close to fruition. Now, having said this, it is our understanding that there is a king of kings, if you will, of Africa that represents these people. And of course, there are many other kings and tribal kings also in Africa. And to my knowledge, they had been working in the past with perhaps indirectly or directly with Kim Gauguin, some of you may know, and the Life Force venture. And also, perhaps waiting and on some of the prosperity funds to be released, what you call the RV and JSERA. However, these things are not going to come to fruition. And I believe July last year, we began to at least speak with an intermediary of the African King of Kings, and we had hoped she would give the GPMS message to him so that they would recognize what GPMS is. That did not transpire, so there's been reluctancy, if you will, to spread the GPMS message. And also with Kim Gauguin, I did have some conversation with her, but her end of the discussion, just a conversation on Telegram typing, was GPMS won't work. So she kept attempting to attack everything with it, which in reality, GPMS is the ultimate solution. And I wish truly that Kim would drop that ego and recognize it takes the worldwide unity to get anything done. So with Kim Gauguin, she has good intent. However, it's the way she is doing it will not work. And the complicating system with all of the assemblies and administrations, they can play a role in GPMS at simplifying everything. But again, with these prosperity funds, with GESARA NESARA, with Kim Gauguin and many other ventures, if they do not have the support of the people worldwide, they do not go anywhere. This is why GPMS is the ultimate, and it's gathering in real time the material votes, which creates the voice of the people, which supports the ultimate reality. So when you look at things like GESARA and NESARA, thinking that someone is going to do it for you without the public being aware to support it, it doesn't get done that way. And I need to tell everyone right here, right now, that these things are not coming to fruition. They need to converge into GPMS. And the only way to beat the cabal, if you will, or whatever you wish to call them, is to take the power from them. And the only way to take the power from them is what GPMS is doing, collecting the majority voice and activating the intrinsic value, which is not based on gold or anything outside of oneself. So this is why nothing will work. And as with Kim Gauguin, with creator codes, I have creator codes, Femke has creator codes to access the wealth, but it's done all together as a team. So any individual ego that causes separation, it must go. It doesn't get done this way. And also, it does not get done within the old system, because the ones own the old system, the cabal, if you will, the bankers. And unless the people owns the entire infrastructure, then nothing gets done, because the old controls it. To keep it simple, again, with what I'm saying, what GPMS does with the majority voice of the world that it collects, that we are doing, then this takes ownership of everything upon the planet. Then everything with GPMS is fully realized. It is certain. It is ultimate. It is the ultimate solution to disempower the deep state, the cabal, the darkness, whatever you wish to call them, because their money, they are 1%, and their money they use to control every one of you. So by creating our own money, by the 99%, none of their money, their riches, their wealth is needed, and all of what they do have has no value. Because when their value, the 1%, is no longer supported by the majority on the planet, it takes the back seat and gets faded out of existence when it's not needed. This is why GPMS is the ultimate solution. When you have the majority of the people coming together, take the ownership of the internet and the financial system, routing system worldwide, and the people standing with it and administering it, unlimited money, then what we do is we flip the old evil control of money to a good thing, where it's just not a control any longer, and humanity transitions very quickly forward. So any of you watching that are in any of the RV groups, GESARA groups, prosperity funds, ancient funds, Kim Gauguin's group, any of these other ones that have the Goodwill Ventures for humanity, please get the message to them that it takes the worldwide unity, and it has to be done the way that GPMS is doing it. We've been sitting here waiting for these ones to join and to converge. Also with this, all of the sovereign and autonomous communities worldwide need to join with GPMS. This is the time. Getting back to Africa, many are dying every day. 15 to 20,000 children around the world die every day. And again, I'll go back to last July when we began to first connect with leaders of huge numbers of people around the world. Had they last July come immediately on board with us months ago, the entire world would have been experiencing GPMS. All the children would not have starved that have starved and died in the last several months. So all of you, every one of you, need to listen to what I'm saying, and you all need to unite now. Enough is enough of this ego thing. My way is better. Look at the GPMS. It's all inclusive, and it makes the most common sense and also the most divine sense to unite your people now, inform them of GPMS, and let's get this done. So, I'm going to check a couple more notes I have here. No, I guess I covered it all. I want to keep this short, so that is great. So, again, what we need is, everyone on board. There's large communities in Fiji. There's, I believe, 600,000 there that has a leader. That'd be great to have you on board. Kim Gauguin, it'd be great to have you on board. The African King of Kings, it'd be great for you to come on board with all of your people, and of course all of the other large groups around the planet right now, and of course individually in every country around the world. You have seen the situation in the last 2 years. How much more of this misery and insanity do you really wish to take? The key and the answer is so simple. GPMS, worldwide unity. We have the guardians and all of the skill set and the know-how to make things very simple. You do not need any of the old. You just throw that old book away, and we create the new system that is fully humane, and it's built to support everyone and put everyone in a place of joy and bliss. So, anyways, that's good for this one. I got the message out, and all of the light communities, I know you are very tired. We've been working on this for years to bring it to fruition, and a year ago, March 17th, we put GPMS word out. All of the spiritual awakened community, all of the ascension community should have recognized it immediately for what it was. It's the reason why you're on the planet, and at this time, it's the reason you were going through everything to be prepared for this time. Now recognize it for what it is and get this word out. If you're a spiritual teacher or a healer, just by giving one the reality of GPMS and what's happening worldwide, You can heal ones instantly just by relieving the full stress, what they have upon them, the full depression of the old world. Show them this reality. It's not a hope. It's not wishful thinking. It's materially and confirmationally being created within the voice. As the more signs up with it, the more supports it, the more that votes for it, the quicker it gets done. And again, with this, what we're doing with GPMS, if the governments worldwide and the banks, of course, if they had the people's best interests in mind, what we are doing with GPMS, they could do it in 2 days. Yeah, and they haven't done it yet. And there's a reason for that, because they don't have your best interests in mind. Now you will see, and what you're beginning to see, is they're attempting to throw you bones, and also wishful thinking and just stringing you along. You cannot be strung along any further when you join and materially put your support with GPMS, and we grow it. It is the voice of the people, and very simply, the majority rules. So once we have the majority of the people collected, that voice in one place, nothing can stop it. Nothing stands against it. It is the will of 99% of the people worldwide. So with common sense and logic, it's so very easy to see what GPMS is. And I can add the divine element on top of that, because that is also very real, and it's what it is. If there was not a divine component and assurance and guarantee with this, I would not even be sitting here today. None of us would have got this far with it if it was not divinely guaranteed. So don't hesitate. Get your teams together and all of your groups and get on board with this and start speaking with us now. It's very simple, so that we get this done in months instead of years. Thank you. I love you all. Love and light. Much gratitude. And together we do it once and for all. Have an amazing day.